Hi there, Virgo. Wow. Okay. This is beautiful. I love this. So we have the Tower card, everyone's dreaded card, the dreaded card of the deck. But I've really come to appreciate um, and almost welcome. I know you think I'm crazy, the Tower card, because there's been something in your life that's been a facade that isn't sustainable. Um, that it was just a matter of time before would come crashing down or would reveal itself to be superficial and not, the rock, the solid, sustainable thing that you thought it would be. Um, and so whatever the situation is, and it doesn't always have to be like some giant event. I think it's often like straw that breaks the camel's back, but it's like once you've seen something or know something, you can't unknow it, you can't unsee it, and you have to deal with it. So it's like you finally, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but there's a really obvious example would be like if you sort of maybe had an inkling that someone was cheating on you, and then you actually like see them making out with this person. You know what I mean? It's like you can't ignore it anymore. You can't be in denial anymore. You can't brush it aside anymore. But whatever this is going to be, and I've had this happen in my life, it's going to be this is the wish card. It's going to be like you're going to be grateful for it. Like I have a friend whose first husband, they were very young when they got married. First husband cheated on her and is now married and has been married for I don't even know how, 17 years to just the most wonderful man. They have a really beautiful relationship. And she has MS. She got diagnosed with MS after she met her new husband. And and we've had the conversation. We're like, thank God that the first one cheated on her, because he would have not been the type of person that would have been there to support her through having such a serious illness. So it's this weird blessing in disguise energy. And it's like it's gonna like free you in some way. Like it's gonna like shake you. And this has been coming up for a lot of signs, like getting like the judgment card, which I say is like, those old movies when someone's like hysterical and someone comes and slaps them across the face is like, and they're like, oh, all of a sudden they're like snap out of it. Like it's like the universe, snap out of it. Like stop being in denial. Stop not dealing with this thing. It's like, come on, you're holding yourself back by just not dealing with it. And then it's like, so you deal with it and it turns out to be a blessing in disguise. And then it's like you're able to shed all sorts of baggage that was holding you down, and really step into a new phase of life, which could be really very positive. And it's like you're not afraid to try new things anymore. It's like you weren't living in some part of your life and you start living again. Okay, what I've been doing is just pulling like 3 sets of 3 cards, and sometimes more depending on what's going on. And so this just came to my mind, like the tower, like all of a sudden, like somehow you get in a car wreck and everyone's fine, or or a tree falls on your car that you hated and was a beater anyway, or whatever. And it's like, oh, good. Now I don't have to deal with trying to figure out if I'm going to fix it or not. It's just like, well, that takes care of that. Like, I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's done. So this next row, so the Five of Pentacles, this is an energy where you're just feeling a little, I feel like you guys are going to do some soul searching, um, and and be alone for a little bit and really be going deep. We have the High Priestess, and this is, hey, if something has um, you have a gut feeling about something this month, really explore it and look into it. Don't just push it down and say, oh no, I'm just being silly. Like, really look into it. Trust your intuition. But she's really going within, and this Eight of Pentacles, it's like really spending some time alone, doing some work, doing something, maybe you're going to go out and move this so you can see the flowers in the background. Do a lot of like walking, or she reminds me of like someone scrapbooking. She's knitting, working out, chopping wood, whatever your thing, whatever your thing is, decluttering the whole house, really like spending some time, really like going, like if you think about that, say someone passed and you have their house, your parents or something, and you have to go through their whole house, and it's like taking that time to really go through things and remembering, but then like it's time to let things go. Like there's some few nuggets that you want to keep, but a lot of it is stuff that needs to just go. And it's like lightening your load. Like that's what the Fool does. He or she isn't carrying any more baggage. So I feel like that Tower is going to help you let go of baggage and really find that which you love. Sometimes we get into situations and we lose ourselves. We become sort of identified with a job or a person or where we live or whatever. And it's like we sort of forget that there's a lot more we have and a lot more tied into this. But there might be a little like initial feeling of being alone. And I guess I would just say push through that. It's okay to feel that aloneness or uncomfortableness and to feel those feelings, and take them out and examine them, and then let them go. Take the wisdom, but let go of the resentment or the anger or the strength. And then even turning around, like with the Fool, making yourself vulnerable, putting yourself out there again, which can be difficult after like a Tower situation. You're like, oh, hell no, am I going to put myself where, say I'm in a relationship and whoops, let me get that card. And turns out to be false. But, some things you just know. Look at what came out. The Judgment card. There is a point where you have to say, okay, the way things happen. Well, geez, your cards are just like a bonus one. Yep, here's the Hermit going within. Wow, I just felt that. And the Judgment card, that shakeup that I was already talked about this card. Yeah, getting out with friends, going out, making yourself available, applying for new jobs, meeting new people, finding, whatever this is maybe that you like to do. You found this either like finding a group of people to hike with or walk with or exercise with, or that share a similar interest. And I think that's just sort of like you're going to be doing things, incorporating new things into your life that you previously hadn't done because you were held back for some reason, tied to something that was holding you down. So I guess what I'll leave you with is a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. So make sure you can look at things from the perspective where you see what a true blessing, a seemingly negative situation is in the long run. Okay, I think I will leave it at that. Thanks. Have a wonderful month. Take care.